What's going on, guys? It is Jake, back at it again. So today I'm pretty tired. I had a really long day, so I don't think I'm gonna do a channeling today. But what I can do for you guys is I can actually tell you what I did today, the information that I got from the channeling that I did in my meditation. So even though I'm really exhausted right now, I can still tell you guys the same information that they were giving me. So I mean it's still something useful. One thing that was really cool, so like 2 times a week, I usually, like what I did today basically is 2 times a week I'll do a meditation on chakra clearing. It's very beneficial. There's a certain video that I can even later on, or put a link down in a video and share with you guys. But there's one that I usually use that works really well. And because I'm kind of sick with like just a small cold, nothing big. It's very healing, so it just helps you in all aspects. But I did that today for about 45 minutes, and then I did my second meditation. And I purposely, when I do my first one, I'm trying to clear my chakras, focus on myself. So I'm trying to like not really pick up information when I'm doing that, because I want to open my channel in a positive, way, so basically I can gain more information, and like the link from here and there could basically just be stronger, if that makes sense. So I did that, and then I got into my second meditation, and so obviously I'm not gonna try to channel Tekkrr, but Tekkrr came to me, which was absolutely awesome. I've seen Tekkrr before. Tekkrr's come to me, but not in like a way of like channeling, where like I'm getting the information. But it wasn't anything like to basically channel for you guys. Tekkrr was basically telling me to just, it was really funny because she was there at the workshop and she helped me channel. She helped me learn to do this. So she was basically saying that she's seen the progress that I've done, but I was forgetting basically to bring in more of the white light, the golden light, balance myself, ask for protection, just stuff like that. So that was really nice. That was really cool to hear from Tekkrr, and I was surprised because I got in my meditation, and I just asked for whoever to first come to me, and I just heard, this is Tekkrr. I'm just like, whoa, like mind blown. It was awesome. So that was really cool. That was nice of her. One that wasn't so nice, I mean, it wasn't bad. It's just, it's not an image that I wish for you guys to connect to, because the images of these beings sometimes, I can't control the images. I can choose to channel, but I can't control the images. And sometimes the images are like a little too much, but I connected to a red reptilian, and I believe from Mars. I'm not sure, but I think so. But he did not look positive. But that's the thing, it's so different than what we're used to. There's going to be beings that are actually not really negative, but they may kind of look like it. So even though appearance isn't really that important, I know a lot of you guys, want to know what they look like and names and all that kind of stuff. So the best way I can really describe it is more of a human, at like a humanoid version. Sorry, let me get a sip of water real quick. More of a humanoid version, though. Less of looking like a reptilian or reptile, you know what I'm talking about, or like the dinosaur because there are those that actually look like raptors, like when I channeled Augustus, who's one of my guides. Augustus has the head, like of a raptor. Like he literally looks like that. And I just saw a big flash of energy, so someone's here. So that's really cool. But anyways, so he was more of a humanoid version. Almost imagine taking a human, but taking like the skin off and just adding on the like the scales, basically. But he looked very human, but he was red, and then he had really yellow eyes, yellow teeth, and then this, like, I'm really gonna try to describe it because it's kind of hard to describe. He had like, not like, I guess you can call them horns, but like not really. They weren't long. They were really short. This sounds really stupid, but just follow me here. I don't know if you guys remember, like, from Reptar on Rugrats had, like, the things going down his, like, spine and his head, like those purple spots or whatever. I know this is really stupid to describe it in that way, but he almost had, like, those placements, but they were yellow. So that's a really good way to put it. But he had them, like, all down. Really not a good thing to look at. Also kind of reminded me of that old school devil picture, you know, like the all red dude and like the tail, and like, I mean, he didn't look exactly like that obviously, but it just reminded me similar to that. But he's been around for a couple days, and I've been trying to get a name, and I just can't get a name. I'm not really sure. One came to me, but then it went away, and so I was like, yeah, it's probably not important, you know. But what he wanted to say though, and it was really weird, I started seeing like almost like a picture of like on Mars. I almost started seeing, like, I don't know if Mars has, like, I can be wrong here, you know, I can be wrong, but I saw a place that almost had, like, you can see multiple like moons in different places, and it was almost like that remote viewing. Like I was able to get a glimpse of like that area, even though I was here. But basically what he said was, and this is very interesting because I've channeled a couple Martians before, and I think this may have to do with what they were talking about. Basically, he was saying that they're going to try to, like, this is future stuff, I think. You know, future, maybe alternative timeline, but I think most likely future stuff. And he was saying that basically what they're going to try to do is people in the future are going to, like, they're almost going to give them a second choice. Like, do you want to stay on Earth or do you want to go to Mars? And what I'm seeing is they're going to try to make people think that you should leave Earth in the future, and you should go to Mars. But again, I think there's basically some control that's going on. It's like you're not being told the other side of it. There is an agenda. And then also he was saying that a lot of people who like, you know, who are incarnated here right now, are actually in the astral working on Mars. So I just have a feeling, I'm not sure, I have a feeling that, you know, there may be a couple people listening and this might awaken something in them, and maybe it'll kind of like help them remember. But what I'm getting is that there are people, and you can tell my voice is, you know, not too great right now, sorry. But basically you can, you know, like I think it's to awaken some people. So he was saying that there are people right now from here that are on Mars in the astral doing a lot of work, and then they come back here. So something's going on, you know. I'm not really too sure, and I don't know why, but I got an image when I was connecting to him. I got an image of all these different, like, I mean, Obama was like the easiest to tell, but all these different, like, senator, you know, people who are basically politicians, and I was seeing that they are from there, if that makes sense. But yeah, I mean, that was not really a positive thing to connect to, so I was kind of worried about it, but I have a really strong Mars connection, so I kind of wanted to at the same time, you know what I'm talking about. One that I'm going to definitely try to channel, because tomorrow I'm going to probably try to do channeling. I connected to Gaia, which was really, really nice. Connecting to Gaia is always great. And it was really cool. I saw her, but then I also saw, like, I don't know if this makes sense. Like, basically, when you see the fairies, the elementals, you know, in a way, they're almost an aspect of Gaia. They're almost like a smaller vibration of her. If you want to look at vibration, like an aspect of vibration, they're kind of like an aspect of her. So I was seeing multiple things. But she was saying that basically a lot of people, and I'm one of them, when I was leaving the hospital, when I was sick, when I had the DNA upgrade stuff go on, that I wasn't aware about at the time. When I was leaving the hospital, I started seeing the fourth dimensional, like, Earth, and I was driving home, and I was seeing, you know, like, UFOs in the sky, and then all this crazy, like, weird blue energy, and Arcturians were showing me this Arcturians, and it's like, you know, if we saw, like, how much of an impact, like what's going on right now in the 40 and the 50 or whatever, like, that's right in front of us that we can't see because, you know, we're at a lower vibration right now. It's just really funny because there's so much activity going on right in front of you, and you have no idea. It's really crazy. And then it's funny, she likes to use the word groundlings. It was really weird. Like, she said groundlings. So, whatever. But she was saying that a lot of people are going to start seeing the fourth dimensional Earth because we have to go to the fourth dimension before we can jump to the fifth dimension. So, even though, with Ascension, with all this, we're trying to go to the fifth dimension, try to go back to where we used to be. It's all in steps. So basically, a lot of people are going to have glimpses of the 4D, and basically we're kind of merging. Like, we're I don't know how to describe it. It's almost like if this is like the 3D. Okay, this is the 3D. This is the 4D. Like, we're at that point where it's going to start intersecting. So like people are going to be able to acknowledge a lot of the 4D, if that makes sense. Who else? I got an image of a Nordic, which is really interesting. I think it was Leena. That's what I got. It was the same Nordic that and I just got an image right now, so that's really funny. Okay, so it was her. And then right now she was saying that the Nordics right now are inside the Earth, and that so like Agartha, kind of like that channeling I did with them, and basically, I think what she said was, like, I'll tell you what she said, and then like kind of my perspective, She said that they are there, that they are still trying to clear the energy. They're still clearing out a lot of negative beings. And then also she was saying that a lot of people are going to start saying, and this is really interesting. She was saying that people are going to start seeing a lot of beings, and that it's going to start, like, basically you can't keep this covered up anymore, if that's a good way to put it. Kind of like so many people are going to be popping up and being like, but I'm connecting to this and seeing this. And so what I'm getting from it is that I'm seeing that I think the government or whatever may try to, like, play people. Like, they may try to use this as a diversion, kind of like, okay, some people are going to be awakening, we can't control it, some people aren't, so let's try to put these two people against each other, because that just gives them more control and more time to do the nasty stuff that they want to do. So that's what I got from that. Let's see. I connected to Daniel from the Yahyel, which was amazing because the Yahyel have just been closer. For some reason, I just feel like I have a very strong Yahyel connection for some, I don't know why. I just do. They've just been coming in like crazy, like protection or something. But I connected to Daniel, and then Daniel was basically, it was like a sign of relief. Basically, he was saying that they were acknowledging all the work that we have been doing, and that they were very proud of us, and that they are excited for the day that we finally meet. And then he was also saying to kind of like go easy on yourselves because we don't see how this works. Basically, what he was saying is, people have this mindset, like they're hard on themselves, like I gotta do this, things are black and white. And basically what he was saying is, you're here to make mistakes. We are here to learn, and if you're not gonna basically fall on your face, then there's really no point to being here. So he was saying that obviously you want to be the best person you can be, and obviously be with the light, but he was saying that it's not going to be perfect. Things aren't going to go exactly how you want them to go. But the less you try to be perfect, and the more that we just accept who we are, and that we're learning, and that we're going to get there, and things are going to be fine, then more healing comes in, and then you actually start to connect to the higher dimensions more. Almost, and it's really funny. It's almost like saying, okay, I accept I'm human. I accept I'm in this lower 3D, but I'm here to learn, so I'm gonna mess up a whole bunch of times. And like having that humility, and that, like, in a way it's kind of like being wise, because you learn to enjoy it. You don't beat yourself up. You almost have a humorous take on things. You see it in a lighter side. And doing that is kind of like, this is what I'm getting right now, I'm getting this kind of like a vibration of love, in a way, of the positive energy that comes with love. So that was really nice. He was basically just saying, like, yo, chill out. You guys are doing fine. The things that are happening that aren't in our control, we can't really do too much about it, so just be you as much as you can, and love yourselves, and have fun with this, basically, and that they're going to be here. So I'm absolutely going to try to bring him in tomorrow because Daniel's been one of the coolest connections. I'll try to find a picture of what he looks like for you guys. There's a certain picture that comes to mind, but I'm not going to spend the time right now trying to find it. Who else? Oh yeah, and then lastly, some of you guys are going to like this. This is interesting. So, lastly, I asked Pierre, St. Pierre, I asked Pierre, I was like, hey, can you basically come in and can you connect to me and can you give me some light on all this raw material stuff, the law of one? And then so this was kind of interesting, and if you really think about it, I don't know, to me it makes sense, but I know we're all different, so I hope it makes sense to some of you guys. But what he was saying was, it's really good that a lot of people are engaging and reading about the law of one. What he was saying was, okay, look, when you go to the higher dimensions, when you see things from this point, and like I've seen from there before. I mean, I've been, obviously we all go there, but like I've been in this body, not asleep, so I'm like Jake here in control. And I've seen the higher dimensions and the information, and it's just a completely different system. It just works completely different. There's no other way to put that. Anyways, he was saying that when you go into the higher dimensions, when we look at the law of one and when we read it and we analyze it, that's like the feeling of what it means is almost what the higher dimensions is, because you have that awareness. You know what I'm saying? Like you go closer to source. So you already know a lot of things and you're aware. So it's kind of like when you already understand how everything works and you're not clueless like us, that knowing is like the law of one in a way. So I'm really trying to think of how to put this into words, what I channeled. Okay, it's kind of like we read it, we analyze it, we think about it, we use logic to understand the law of one. But in the higher dimensions, you feel what you understand from the law of one, how everything's supposed to be. You basically feel that in the higher dimensions. So it's kind of like you have that awareness of what the law of one means all the time because you're feeling it, and you just know everything. So he was saying like it's important to read. It's really good, but at the same time, all beings have their own perspectives. So it's like, if you, and I'm just making this up right here, if you asked the Lyran, if you asked the Arcturian, if you asked Syrian, especially if you asked a Reptilian, they would probably all have different perspectives on what the law of one is. Just like how, I don't think there's going to be a day, I used to think this, but I don't think there's ever going to be a day where we truly all have one look and perspective. And I think what it's going to be is basically we're all going to kind of have this awareness and this consciousness, and we're going to know certain things. Like certain things are just going to be known that everyone knows. But even though we're all going to have our own like kind of different beliefs, we're going to understand that respecting everyone's beliefs because they all get to the same place is really positive. And like I say a lot, it's almost like you're not going to want to hurt someone because you're hurting yourself. And if you have this oneness, then it's actually okay to express this oneness in many ways. So I don't know if that makes sense to you guys. I'm trying. So that's what I got today. That's what I channeled today. I will try to do a continuation on it because I know if I did a channeling today, like, okay, it's been 19 minutes. I'd probably be here for like, 30, 40 minutes because the channeling just goes into way more information because I take a step back and I let them come in. But, I'm really tired. My energy's low right now. Spirit just told me I was going to channel today too. I was planning on taking this information and then coming back and connecting to them and channeling and doing it. But something told me like, hey, it's not a competition. Take a break, and like I always say, quality over quantity for sure. I'd rather, give you guys 2 channelings a week that are really, really good versus coming here every day and give you short little things, But that's just my perspective on it. Everyone's different. But I will definitely try to bring this information in tomorrow, and then if any other people connect. And then it's really weird. That Kuntaro being connected to me again today too, that Syrian. So I don't know what's up with that. So I'll try connecting to him. Maybe he has something to say. But my throat's all dry, all messed up. Got my humidifier on. I'm taking all this cold medicine. So I'm going to go chill out, guys. So I'll talk to you guys tomorrow. Hope you enjoyed the video, and thank you guys. And like I said in the last one, thankful for you guys in my life to let me do this. So thank you. Blessings. Love you all. And I'm happy I got a new microphone. Happy this works. So, all right, guys. Take care. Peace.